everyone. Thanks for joining us today. And this is already an episode 2 of the Paladins Roundtable. I hope you are all in a good mood. Grab some snacks, grab some drink, and you are ready to listen up our guest. At first, I would love to apologize the Grobat team since they couldn't make it. They are resolving something really important, so I hope we will host them for the next time. And before we'll start, what's the Paladins table about? It's basically a free discussion talk over updates, news, achieved milestones, or partners introduction. And also we are trying to have in the special guests so we can have a great talk. At first, let me introduce our today's guest. And it is a P protocol with whom we had a collaboration, and they earn a great rating. So what is P protocol? P protocol is a multi-chain NFT marketplace and platform where you can use the NFTs to increase value or yields, also playing unique NFT game. So be sure to just remind yourself of that part if you are new here. And also I would love to welcome DeFi Skeptic team and especially Chris that came around. And with DeFi Skeptics we are partnered, and it is a platform that seeks to reduce the fraud while increasing the transparency and accuracy of information in the DeFi space. So guys, I would love to welcome you both, Oliver from the P protocol and Chris from the DeFi Skeptics. How are you doing today?
Yeah, well, thank you. Thanks for inviting us, and we appreciate being here again. So it's around, I guess, 4 to 5 weeks or something like that when we had the AMA. We are doing good. Everything fine on the green space. So yeah, we had some changes and some big things going on in the last weeks. So yeah, thanks for having us, and I will let you know about this right after Chris has made his introduction as well.
Thank you.
Hey everyone, happy to be here. Yeah, we've recently actually partnered with Tayarra and the team here, so happy to come and talk about what we have going on and some of our recent updates.
Thank you, guys. So Oliver, you told that you wanna start up first, or like what's the deal? Just to be sure, I see you got a Twitter Spaces today. So how does that work with you?
Yeah, well, I'm in a meeting already. I interrupted just give those guys a coffee break at the moment, so I try to take 10 to 15 minutes to be at your space at the moment. And yeah, later in the evening we have a German-speaking space for artists that are from the German-speaking community, so that they can show their projects and tell about their projects, what they are doing to, how can I say, to push the German-speaking and European market. So that's the point, yeah. So well.
All right. So let's start with the P protocol.
Yeah.
So Oliver, like, could you drop like only a brief introduction before we will move towards the updates with news events?
Yeah.
So just the community knows.
Yeah, absolutely. So as you mentioned, we are a DeFi project with our own NFTs. Those NFTs are our liquidity wrappers. So you can buy the NFTs and put them to a stacking. And with the stacking, you can get some very nice and interesting rewards with, how can I say, relative high APRs. As you mentioned, we are multi-chain. So at the moment, we are on BSC, Ethereum, as well as on AVAX. But on AVAX, we didn't launch the token and the NFT, but we have the marketplace. So that's the next thing, our marketplace for NFT artists and NFT art, where we are giving artists their own smart contracts. So they have the ownership and the rights and everything on that. That's kind of special in the space to make them independent compared to, let's say, OpenSea or NFTB, for example, where you have an in-house solution. and you're bounded to their smart contract. So if you look at the smart contract of OpenSea, for example, you have millions, billions of NFTs on one contract. And yeah, let's say if the platform is closing, everything is gone as well. Therefore we made our decision to make the artists independent and share or give them their own contracts, so that they have the full availability and the full rights on their art finally. Any question to this, or can I go on? Or
right, like this sounds cool. Just go on, and I will have some question like afterward.
Yeah, okay, great. Another thing is, of course, we have our own metaverse building. We are in the final stage at the moment, so we have the testings just before our alpha will be going live for testing as well. So we made some big steps there as well. And we have different kinds of stackings and vaults for partners, for example. And this is some news as well, but I will come to the news right after your questions then.
Right, amazing. Maybe let's drop a word also on the gaming part, right? So there is an NFT game, and like to me, I couldn't host personally last time, but that was done by Lord or William. So we were talking about the NFT game, and could you just drop a word on like how does that work? I can remember the dragon and how that works with the NFT. So it was amazing.
Yeah. So well, it's not only an NFT game. Finally, it's more like an MMORPG metaverse. So like you have the chance to get into the metaverse, and we will have two versions that will be launched. So our first version after the alpha is tested will be a treasure hunt metaverse. So people will be able to go through the metaverse and search for NFTs that are hidden everywhere around the metaverse space. And they can collect them and share them and get rewards for it, for example, and different utility to the NFTs. So there's no border set. So just the imagination is what stops us. And in the second version that will be launched later on, we will have also like digital property that will be sold, and so you can be part of the Pi protocol metaverse. Then you can have your own shops there and stuff like that, for example. Or we will have a project partners that are from the physical space, and they can have their stage there where they can make where they can show their clothes and everything, the fashion, and also different things like that. And of course, there will be more NFTs. We have built our own gamification on the BSC side already with the Phoenix. And the Phoenix will be implemented in the metaverse as well. So they will definitely fly there, and you will be able to fight dragons. And those dragons, for example, will have or will carry some kind of special utility NFTs that will be or can be used for different things then in the future as well. And it will be a lot of fun and a lot of things to do in that metaverse then.
Like let's now start like with the developments from the past time. Like what's the news there? And like the first thing I've noticed is that we fall in love like with what you guys were doing, how you progressed. So let's talk about the news there.
Yeah. Okay, so we made our audits on the ERC 721. So these are full and completely audited now. as well as our staking contract for the Phoenixes. So there is a full audit available now as well, and we will make the Phoenix staking live tomorrow. So everyone who is not owner of a Phoenix and who is interested in that, just jump on our webpage and get your information there, and maybe get some of the Phoenixes. There will be very high APRs as well, and it's worth it, definitely. So the release of the Phoenix stacking will be tomorrow, and we also made some progress in partnerships. We are partnered finally to TCG World. So this is a partnership that we were working on for months now, and we finally did it. So TCG is another metaverse. For those who know it, I don't know. It's a very, very huge metaverse. And their thing is selling digital property primary, but you can also, of course, do different things in their metaverse to get their own token, the TCG 2.0 token, we will have our own headquarter in between their metaverse then, as well as we are working on some kind of a bridge between our metaverse and the metaverse of TCG, so that we can make our treasure hunts, for example, over 2 or 3 different metaverses. But of course, as everybody knows, bridges is always a security thing. So therefore, we have to learn a lot more and have to check different solutions. And but we are on it.
Right. Well, the first thing I need to ask is the staking part. So you mean the staking for the token?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And like if it is left tomorrow, then
for
what will be the
staking? No, the staking is for one of the NFTs. So we have different NFTs at the moment. So on the BSC side, we have an S circle, what is our smallest NFT with the smallest value, as well as a B circle. The B circle is the big circle, what is the value of 5 S circles, for example. And these are available for stakings on the BSC side. So on Ethereum, we have the similar NFTs as an S circle and an E circle. So what is 5 times the S circle, and the value is, let me think, I guess it's 2 or 2.5 times what the value is on BSC. So these are the main NFTs that we have, and we also made the gamification, and there we have a series of Phoenix NFTs, and these Phoenix NFTs will be stackable from tomorrow on. So for that case,
right. So both on BSC and ETH, or
on BSC.
On BSC, right.
Yeah, gamification for ETH will follow. I guess in the next 4 to 6 weeks. So we have prepared everything there as well as on AVAX. We have made the decisions on which NFTs will be done for the gamification already, and we are just dropping step by step now.
Sure. So if I would love to stake, then I need the NFT, right? So how can I get an NFT? Is it possible to still get an NFT right now?
Absolutely, and even after tomorrow or Saturday or Sunday, it will be available all the time, no problem. So for that, I have no entrance on the webpage because I'm on my mobile at the moment. But if you enter our webpage,
right,
there you can, Are you
I will
sharing?
just hide. Well, not really a sharing, but I will drop
Okay.
the website here so everyone can
Yeah.
check.
Yeah, or I can get it just a second. I can drop you the link to the. This should be possible.
I already did.
Okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and at the navigation you find
Mm-hmm.
trade, earn, and game, and under game you find the Phoenix boxes. And the Phoenix box you can buy with an S circle, so you have to get the S circle before, and then you can buy the Phoenix box. In that Phoenix box, it's like a myth box. There are 3 Phoenix available then, and to unbox the Phoenixes you have to invest another 0.25 BNB.
Right.
So
And
this is how it works.
right. And like if I go to NFT, then
Yeah.
like what is the staking format? So I suppose there is a tab where you log the NFT, and like what is the like, is it fixed, or you can unstake anytime, or are there any fees regarding to the unstake or emergency like withdraw, so just to be sure we know the right format.
I'm not 100% sure on the final setup regarding fees and everything, but therefore that the Phoenix will be available in the metaverse as well. It's stakeable and unstakeable. So yeah, and the value is completely different. So we have beneath the Phoenix box, we have the Phoenix rank, and there you can see the different types of the Phoenixes as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Great. Like this was just to introduce to the listeners, like how can I get an NFT of the Phoenix, right? Because it is kind of important to see like how can I stake or what the format is. So let's try to move now into the events. And guys, like in the P protocol, what events you got on the horizon, and if possibly drop the dates also, so we will know exactly where and on what we should focus or look forward.
Yeah. So well, the next thing is, as I said, the Phoenix stacking that will come tomorrow. Then we are working on the metaverse. We are trying to finalize that in September, but it's a lot of hard work, of course, and a lot of development as well. But we are trying to finalize in September, but maybe it will be October when we will have the alpha launch then. We are also working on the gamification on ETH side, as well as that we have some partnerships that will have stackings on the Ethereum side as well. One partner is the Crypto Skunks, what is a very famous project as well. And yeah, we are releasing 2 artists on our launchpad as well. There's one very special project from Amanda with her Worldwide Dragons. That's a very special thing because she had some books written on that, and she's a 3D NFT artist. So she's making their dragons in real life, and it's kind of very special. So yeah, and she will launch on our launchpad her NFT series on our launchpad then in the next weeks as well. So I guess 24th of September or something like that should be launch date.
Great, thank you. Like hope you won't mind, guys, that I've made the casual like 15 minutes a bit longer, since we don't have the Grobat team present today. But I want to thank the Oliver from the P protocol for introducing us all the news updates. We spoke a bit on the staking park. So staking format, and how can we stake the NFTs. So thank you for this. Thank you for joining. And if you are of the meeting, you can just leave, and we will talk now with the Chris. So I'm just glad that you joined and shared like what's new in P protocol, and yeah. So thank you. And if you need to go, just feel free to say goodbye to the community, and we'll see you by next time.
Yeah, thanks a lot for having us. We appreciate that, and yeah, I wish a great evening to everybody of you. And yeah, feel free, if anybody has more questions or whatever, feel free to get in touch with me in direct mail personally. I will be there for you and answer any question that is asked. So have a great evening, and see you next time, guys.
Sure. So thank you, and just share the Telegram of the P protocol. So lol pop. Actually, there are no questions. I hate this stuff, like because the questions are generally non-genuine. And so what we are doing here is just who has the question, he asks simply, or tag in the end. And these questions are just headache. So if you got any question, just feel free to drop it afterwards in the discussion, but definitely not now. So
Yeah,
just to be
absolutely.
sure. Right. So thank you, Oliver. And now we will move to DeFi Skeptic. So Chris, welcome once again.
How's it going? Thanks for having us back.
Hello, Chris. Once again, if you could just drop a brief introduction on DeFi Skeptic to all here listening, so we just get back to our call-up days. We hosted a few times on a podcast, but just a brief introduction, please, Chris.
Yeah, sure. So DeFi Skeptic, I just tried to post our website and stuff. Looks like it blocked me. But
just DM me that, please. So, like we got no forwards here. Just DM me everything you need to forward, and I'll do that. Or maybe I can.
Yeah, I'll just send it to you right now.
Try to do it now, Chris, on the main. I've tried to add some exemption, so you may be now able to drop anything you need.
Okay, cool. Let me try that then. I just sent it to you in the
DM.
DMs.
Yeah, sure.
Nope, still blocked me, but I sent it to you.
Yeah, I guess it's the bot. Sometimes it's stupid.
All good. But yeah, happy to be here.
Yeah.
So we started back in January with the idea of putting projects through an extensive vetting process. And that process has grown and got more extensive over time as we, get new tools and adapt to new things that are going on. But I think as far as project vetting goes, we have the most extensive vetting process in the space. There's other projects that will, go through and have like a really thorough KYC, or they'll go through and they'll have like a really thorough audit. But with project vetting specifically, it's not just code, it's not just identity, it goes through the entire project. So when we go through project vetting with a project, which we actually have one scheduled later today, we look at the core team. We go through all their past projects, we go through their identity, we cross-reference their information on what's publicly available online. We basically try to hard docs them as much as we can, and none of this is shared publicly. It's just what we do on our end to verify they are who they say they are, right? Like if I'm doxed on my website and I put a picture of myself and I say my name's Chris, you don't know that I'm telling the truth. You have no way to know that. You just think that I'm doxed. Like there's no way to verify that. So what we do is we verify that. We match their picture to their socials, to everything that's online about them, with a bunch of different methods. So that comes into the core team piece. We also will go through if they're KYC'd, using information that they provide through that as well. So if they're KYC'd, they want to stay anonymous, or sometimes people are doxed and KYC'd. But if they're doxed, we do a video interview. If they're KYC'd, we do an audio interview. But either way, we verify identity, whether that's them doing a KYC or them supplying information that we cross-verify. We only accept KYCs from reputable providers. We also do them ourselves. That's just the identity piece. So we'll go through the community. We'll scrape all their community data, see if it's bot loaded, see what, if they're acting professional or if they're just making nonsense posts trying to pump the project. We'll go through the general, we'll go through the general utility of the project, all the purpose and overview and things of that nature. We'll collect data on their smart contracts, their wallets, any wallets or projects that those wallets have interacted with before. And that stems back multiple tree branches. So just trying to source data on everything that those project wallets have ever done, and any wallets linked to them that have ever done. Basically trying to connect the dots to see, is this team a scam or have they ever conducted in scams before? We go through their pairs and liquidity for, essentially the same thing. We go through their launch details, seed sales, pre-sales, private sales, all of it, with the goal to put a statement out of, like, if you're an investor, how do you find all this information? It would take you weeks to compile it probably on your own, if you didn't know where to look. And we know where to look. We have the tools to source this relatively quick. So the goal is to provide project vetting on a project to where we can give the investor information and so they can make their own informed decision. It's not a recommendation for investment. We're not financial advisors or anything like that. We just really want to give people the information they need, as opposed to just kind of, throwing money at a wall and hoping something good happens with it. So that's the purpose of it. It's designed to clean up the space. Over time, we've achieved a lot of partners along the way. So we're now able to add specific things for projects if they vet with us. So it'll automatically come with, a Krogram vetted badge. So we've partnered with Krogram. It's a new app trying to replace Telegram, specifically made for crypto. So we're exclusive vetting partners in there. If you get vetted with us, you get the vetted status in Krogram. You get automatically vetted in the Mind Token staking platform, for those that want to create staking pools and receive the LifeWorks benefits, that is real life in person benefits that they have. So they get vetted status there. And we're also working with a couple other ones, different platforms that will automatically incorporate that vetted aspect. In addition to, we started a sort of a networking group called the Vetted Circle, which comes with a bot as well. This bot is currently in 15 or 16 telegrams at the moment. And that seems to be growing every week. What it does is a vetted project can submit us an update, and that gets pushed to the bot, and the bot pushes it out to every group that has it added. It's just a method of getting cross-community exposure at no cost, and it's cross-community exposure amongst vetted projects. So your users are seeing information about projects that have been vetted. It's not just somebody jumping into your Telegram and posting some scam message.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah, that's just our vetting. So that's how we got started. We soon realized we could do a lot more and wanted to do a lot more. So we added a whole line of developer services that you can get on our website, defiskeptic.com/developer-services. That includes KYCs, audits, web development, tokens, NFTs, launchpads, marketplaces, bots, dApps. We have fiat onboarding for free for projects. UX, UI design, graphic design for still and motion graphics. We have vetted AMA tour packages with multiple lounge partners, and we have a marketing strategist team projects can use. We also provide referral bonuses for all of this as well. So you don't even have, we have a token, a utility token. We have a rewards NFT, but you can make money off of this project without even buying either of those. You can just straight up refer projects to our services and make money. You can get that information at defiskeptic.com/referral-program, or just go to products and services tab down at referral program and read all about it there. So it even comes with a pitch deck. So it's easy to get these referrals. We have people starting to, use that and making money off of the platform without even having to buy or hold anything. So easy way
Right.
to get involved there. That's our developer services. We also put out user services that we're starting to roll out. The vetted database will be one coming up, but before that we have DS Drops. So DS Drops is a promotional airdrop subscription service. So you've probably seen, or some of you have seen, projects that provide airdrop services. Like they have a token, and people buy and hold this token, and then a project wants to expand their holder count, so they'll do an airdrop or get some promotion, so they'll do an airdrop, and then they airdrop these tokens to all these other token holders proportionately to what they hold. Well, these services, they charge a fee, and usually it's like $1,000 to $2,000. They also charge the tokens, which usually ranges from $1,000 to $2,000 worth
Chris,
of tokens.
just sorry to be stopping you, but I wanted to ask, like, if there is a project owner actually listening, or anybody from the communities, and they would love to get vetted or your services, like how much does it cost, and what is the best way to approach your team in order to get these services done?
Yeah, so everything has a form. You can you can obviously contact us on Telegram, but if you just go to the website, you can apply for vetting there. If you are interested in any of the services, you can apply for them at the website as well.
Great, thank you. You can continue. I just wanted to have this done, since to be clear with that.
Yeah, for sure. But DS Drops is going to be a very cool service. It sort of solves a lot of problems that other promotional airdrop services are kind of that they have. The problem with existing ones is if they're token based, you have a lot of whales in these tokens. So when a project does an airdrop, they might drop $1,000 worth of tokens. Well, that $1,000, like 800 of it is going to a very small handful of people, because they're the whales. They're the ones that have the bulk of the holding, so they get most of the airdrop. With DS Drops, it's a subscription service that the project pays nothing. The project just supplies tokens that they want to drop. The users subscribe with a 3-tier model using our utility token, which then gets fed back into the project in various ways. So they subscribe based on the tier they want, and that way there's no whales. Like if everybody wants to be tier 3, everybody can be tier 3, and everybody will get the same amount of the airdrop. So nobody can just load up on, hundreds and thousands of dollars of tokens and get the whole airdrop. What we do with it is it allows projects to get free promotional services, because they're not paying any fee. They're just paying tokens, which most projects set aside allocations for giveaways or reserves or things like that in the very beginning. So everybody usually has tokens, but not a lot of projects have money. So by not providing a fee, it opens the doors for a lot more projects to use this. And then by putting the cost on the user, we don't have to put any cost on the project. So it's free for the project. It's super cheap for the user. And it will be a pretty cool service. And that's the first user service we're rolling out. We also have LP Farm coming out that will be hosted at Mine Token, where users at LP Farm, our liquidity pool, they'll be able to get the LifeWorks benefits. We'll be putting out our vetted database later this year. Currently, if you look at our vetted projects, they're all PDF formats. That will be getting fused into an interactive user database. So think like a listing site like CMC or CG or something. But instead, when you click on the project, it will pull up their entire profile and their report with all the information that you find in the PDF right now. Plus more.
Like if you are touching CMC just over the sheer, I'm just curious. Are we doing the CMC airdrops too, or it is just about the DS from the DeFi Skeptics that you made this like safe for people?
Sorry, say that again.
Yeah, like I was asking, like if you are delivering the service of like making the CMC airdrops. There is a future on the CMC. Since you've touched it, I was just curious if you are doing that also, right? Like it is not an easy thing to do this on the CMC especially. So if you are doing that also with the DS airdrops, or you are just sticking to your way?
Yeah, so DS drops will be our only airdrop service, and a project will have to speak with us first, and we'll obviously screen them and make sure they're not just a rug pull or anything crazy like that. We won't put them through our vetting, but we'll go through the project and make sure it's at least a legitimate project. But yeah, that'll be a pretty cool service once it rolls out. The vetted database is just going to be where we put all of our vetted projects. Instead of it being a PDF report, it's going to be interactive. We're going to be pulling API information from a lot of different providers that we're already partnered with, that we have API access for. So it's going to be pretty cool advancement to what we already have. I mean, and that's just what we're doing for the DeFi space. I haven't even talked about our token or NFT, but that's a whole different topic. But the token is a utility token. It fuses in with various services, user services that we're going to have. The rewards NFT is how you would monetize from long-term holding on the project. So the rewards NFT you can get from Tofu NFT secondary market, or you can get by buying 200,000 Skeptic tokens and then converting them to an NFT through our vault. So one thing we did that is pretty unique in the space, I have not seen anybody else do it, is we've paired our tokens and our NFTs through burn and mint. So through our Skeptic vault, you can take 200,000 tokens and swap them for an NFT. So that when you do this, the tokens are actually burned from supply, and you're given an NFT from the vault. Currently, our max supply of tokens is 50 million. Our max supply of NFTs is 250. And I think we're down to like 20 million tokens in supply, somewhere around there. And as far as NFTs go, we're down to 100 in the vault. So 150 NFTs are owned, which means 60% of the supply has been converted to NFTs. So what you'll see in our supply, it sounds kind of confusing, and I get it, but if you look at our BSC scan page, you'll see the supply is around 20 million. The total supply is actually 50 million. So 30 million tokens have been burned over to NFTs. Now those NFT holders, they can swap back to tokens anytime they want. So they'll lose rewards, but then they'll be able to utilize services or sell onto the token chart to grab whatever those tokens are worth at the time. But if you're going to get into the project and you want to get into it and just hold something long term, then you would want to hold the NFT, because going to the NFT side, you get all the rewards, which are you get rewards from 3% of all token volume. We have rewards that pay out for our developer services. So for those that hold the NFT, they'll get a cut of all of our developer services. They'll get a cut of all the interest that our treasury makes. They'll get a 50% of all the profit that our arbitrage bot makes, and 3% of all the tokens volume. So it's very juicy rewards. Since the NFT launched back in the very beginning of July, the contract has paid out about 30 BNB in rewards. So I don't know what that is money wise right now, or average, but 30 BNB is quite a bit to pay out in rewards over the course of just 2 or 3 months. And you still have the value of that NFT that you can swap back to tokens and sell anytime you want. Which if you bought in the very beginning, you're up like 2 or 3x right now, or whatever it is. So yeah, I mean, like if the NFT, the tokens, 200,000 tokens when we launched was 1 BNB. And people that bought 200,000 tokens right at launch and swapped over to an NFT, they're currently up. So they could take that NFT, swap it back to tokens, and sell, and they would immediately have a profit plus all the rewards that they've been gathering in that time as well. So 200,000 tokens right now. 200,000 tokens right now is 2.02 BNB. So if you wanted an NFT, it would cost 2.02 BNB basically for 200,000 tokens. You can also get one from Tofu NFT, and we do have rares. So 250 total, and 50 of them are rare. The rare ones get the same rewards as the common ones. The only difference with rare is they get put into a monthly lottery right now, where the prizes range from $100 to $200 worth of stuff. So we've done like digital Amazon gift cards, and we've done other project tokens and NFTs, BNB, BUSD, our own token. Just depends what we're doing that month. So pretty cool little rare lottery raffle thing we do there. We're also going to be looking to add some stuff in the future as well for that. One thing we're exploring, it's not set in stone, but it's an idea we're exploring, is having insurance for projects that we vet that will be attached to either just the rare NFTs or all of the NFTs. We haven't decided yet, but that would be a pretty cool concept, because then if you hold an NFT, you'll have insurance attached to that project, in the event that any project we have vetted ends up rugging, it'll cover X percentage of your investment. So a pretty cool feature that we're exploring ideas on how to do that. The only problem with that is longevity.
Let's maybe now try to touch like the news. Well, why I'm such on the news? Because I know that you've done something great with the Gempad. So I won't be taking this from you, but let's introduce like what's the news, what's the updates on the DeFi Skeptics from the past, let's say collaboration or podcast. Let's drop your hot news. Hello.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah. Now I can hear you.
Yeah, I mean, as far as partnerships go, it's a big piece in what we do because we are a service provider. So I don't know if you can see my screen, but
we can.
Yeah, let me swap it here. All right, how's that?
We can see everything, just
okay,
great and
cool.
clear.
So yeah, on our partnerships section, we have quite an extensive network of partners. These are all our vetting partners. So these partners, they utilize our vetting service on their platform. So Gempad, Apollo Ventures, Son of Doge, those are launch pads. We have Krogram, which is the mobile app I was talking about earlier. Mind Token, which is adding a real life benefits staking platform. So stake tokens there, and you get real life benefits that you can use in your everyday life. And then obviously you guys, we have you on there, and PyLab as well, who is a launchpad and DEX. So with these partners specifically, they will be hosting our vetting service in addition to various other things that they decide they want to host, such as audits and KYC and some of our developer services or marketing or whatever they're hosting. Scrolling down, we have service provider partners. So for example, Fluge Trade is how we're able to source free fiat onboarding. Mobula, we're going to tap into their API once we get our vetted database up. And pull information. If you've never seen Mobula, it's pretty cool. They're a listing site, kind of like CMC, but what they're looking to do is make it a DAO, where that way it's not centralized. You don't have to pay, thousands of dollars under the table just to get CMC listed, like everybody seems to be doing. It's like if your project is good, you can't really get listed unless you're willing to pay under the table thousands of dollars to get on CMC.
Correct.
With Mobula, it's a DAO, so like the users decide who gets listed and who doesn't. So I think it's very cool. Hopefully they put CMC out of business. With affiliates, we're currently affiliated with Auto Crypto. We just supply information to them on an ongoing basis. Although we're going to be looking to restructure our affiliates program to sort of add in a couple more that we're working with. And then we've got some AMA lounges that we're partnered with. With this specifically, we provide an AMA tour for all 4 of these. That if you get the bundle tour, it will save you roughly $600 or $700. With as opposed to if you went through them all individually. So that's sort of our partner list right now.
Some great names over there, like Ninja, Aru, all of them, Coin Launch, like all of them are great. Like actually, in the Coin Launch now there is a whole discussion with the Grobats and the other team. So that's why they couldn't make it today. Chris, like I would love to ask on. I know there is a special, let's say, badge in the gem pad, and like I was told by Neil that it was your idea to make the vetted badge on the gem pad. So how does it work?
Yeah, so with the vetted badge, I don't believe there's any that have it right at the moment. Yeah, there's not. But how it would work is, I mean, you've got these audit badges and KYC badges. They're incorporating a vetted badge as well. So with a vetted badge, it automatically means that they have an audit and they're either doxed or KYC'd. So it removes the need to have both of these. It also provides a lot higher level of due diligence on the project. I don't know if they've added it in their documentation yet. I know they're working on adding it in. It's live. We're currently vetting projects for them, but I don't think they've added it in their documentation yet. So I'll reach out to them and see when they plan to have that live.
But like it is a really cool addition. Like this is what you're looking for exactly in the projects, guys. Always check some like cross cooperation. Like sometimes the partnerships are bland and full of nothing because mostly people don't really understand what does it mean to be partnered or cooperate. So this really caught my attention, especially from the Jumped side, that you've made such a step here, and I think it is a great addition to all of the badges you can get. Not only KIC, right, but the whole vetted badge is a great idea, and we'll be trying to have this done also. Chris, let's now try to move like what events are on the horizon for the DeFi Skeptics, and what should we look for in the near future or even in the like midterm? Like what's the news there? Are there any events? And if yes, like what's the date here?
Yeah, so Gempad, they're the first to incorporate the vetted badge. The rest of these are Apollo, Son of Doge, and Pi Labs are planning on doing it. They just haven't done it yet. Program, they already have vetted badge live. And then Mind Token is building that out, and then you guys are building that out as well. So as far as events go, just looking forward to getting all of these plugged in and start providing our services for them. In terms of what's next coming down the pipeline, we've got DS drops. So that'll be our first major user utility that the token's utility aspect is designed for. If you want to look at all of our planned things we have going on, you can just come to our documentation, go to products and services, and then click on developer services. So developer services, you can see everything we got live. We have supportive services, development services, design and marketing. And then if you want user services, you can see what we currently have live, which is essentially just our token and NFT. But the token will be fusing into DS drops. It'll be fusing into DS merge. It'll be obviously used for our liquidity pool farm. Then we got a couple other things planned that we'll be putting out after all this stuff is done. So DS drops is currently in beta. We have community members beta testing it. So that should be getting released here relatively soon. Next on the list will be the vetted database, which it's going to use the token as well. It's just not listed on here as a utility because it's not really I guess you could say it's a utility, but how we're going to use it on the database is you'll be able to vote for projects Similar to CMC and CG and CoinSniper and all these other places where projects are listed. You'll be able to vote, but you're not gonna be able to bot load it, because with the traditional methods, you can always just create fake accounts, clear your cache, use a VPN, and hit vote a million times. Like I get DMs all the time about, hey, I can sell you 1,000 CMC votes for $100. You know, like
Right.
I get them regularly from everybody. And that just tells me that there's a problem. Is like these votes mean nothing,
Right.
because if you can just bot it for a small amount of money, then anybody that has high votes, it doesn't matter. Like it
Yeah, like
doesn't mean anything.
usually it is done for the trending, that
Yeah,
you're getting into the most viewed or something, but that means you will
yeah,
cool down, and after that they will even blacklist you on the CMC, and it just shut all the projects down. So
yeah. So once our vetted database is live and these projects have fused into that, and ones we're currently vetting are fused into that, what we'll be doing is adding a voting piece into it where you can vote for projects with Skeptic token, and when you vote, the tokens are burned. One token is one vote, so you can still vote and you can rack the votes up as much as you want, but it's going to cost you money. So if you want to just throw millions of votes at something, that's going to cost you a lot of money. Whereas with CMC and CG and all that, you can just bot it, and it doesn't really cost you much. Like you can get 1,000 votes for $50, right, and be trending for a whole week. And now you've sort of made people FOMO in to something, because it's been botted and sort of false advertised. Whereas with this, the community members can take Skeptic token and burn them through the voting contract to cast votes on their who they think is the best vetted projects, and that puts a monetary value to it. So now you know that these votes aren't just botted. Like people actually had to put money on them, so they're real. They're real votes. They're not just fake votes. So that's something we'll be doing with the token as well. That actually isn't even outlined in our white paper, because it's not really a utility. I guess you could say it's a utility in a way, but
yeah,
it's something that we want to add to the vetted database. So looking forward to rolling that out. But yeah, we got a lot going on. We have lots of events. We do weekly game of the week where people can play a game, and we do a different game every week. Is Melissa still in here? I don't know if she's still in here.
yeah, Melissa is here, and she wants to speak, so I will allow.
Yeah, so
Oh, Melissa.
Miss Bones, this is our community manager. So I'll let
Yeah,
her take the floor. We got some community stuff
sure.
we do, and we're planning some community stuff here in the future. So I'll let her take it away.
Hey, everybody. I just wanted
Hello,
to.
Melissa.
Hi. Coming up, we do a weekly game of the week. So just everybody has to come and try to knock Chris off the leaderboard this week because he just likes to live at the top. But we do that. And then we also do a weekly or daily question of the day. So if you hold $30 with the skip token, then you can participate. And it's just basically based on questions around our project. And then at the end of the month, all the winners, we draw a winner at our monthly Madness event where we do our rare NFT lottery and award the rare NFT their prize. And we also award a nice prize to the winner of the question of the day and the game of the week winners. And we've also started doing a skeptic spotlight. So every week we just kind of highlight a project that we've vetted in the past. And that allows more eyes to be on the project and to review the report and just get information out into the hands of the investors on good projects. And we're also having some partnership ideas coming up with our partner lounges. We're planning a Halloween event that we're super excited about. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun for the community and the surrounding communities.
Right. Great. Like, this is it. Like, what the first thing that came to my mind when I wanted to kind of look up the DeFi skeptics and everything. Like, you guys have a really community that's got a trust for you, and this stems also from our like VIP. Like, Anton is blown out from what you do, guys, and I think you got a lot of support from the T Hub also, and yeah, like you do what you love, and I guess what you get passion for, and the community sees that, so this is a great thing to do. I think if that was all for the upcoming events, I think we can leave the word for guys for the discussion, as we are talking almost for an hour, and this should be rather like shorter sum up episodes of what's new in the project so far. So like for the next time we will have I think the retro dog and only gems. So we will drop the questions. Guys, if you got any questions regarding the discussion, feel free to speak up. Since I've seen a few of you already DMing or just raising your hands. But before I will do, yeah.
So it looks like Ozan asked a question: how do we plan to scale and develop the project larger, given the competitive climate that we're currently in? What sets us apart?
I mean, Chris, that sounds for me rather as a bot or non-genuine question, right? I hate to do this, so I will leave the word for the General X to speak up on the VC, since like these are the questions that came up from this scheme of ask the question and the best is going to win or revert. No, like this is what I hate and I don't want to have on the Tayarra Hub. So there are no reverts actually for questions, but only guys who actually care. So Gen X, welcome, and you're allowed to speak. Feel free to drop questions either for the Tayarra Hub or the DeFi Skeptics. And since the P protocol, Oliver needed to go due to a meet and just for the two parties. You're allowed to speak.
Okay. Good day. Am I being heard?
Yeah. We can hear you. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you, CEO Elnen. Or I don't know if I'm pronouncing the name properly. I think I prefer calling you Lord of the Stickers. So anyway, I have a question for DeFi Skeptic. Yeah, and well, I do get the point about these generic questions and all that. Mine is actually a genuine question because I'm very interested in your NFTs. I actually own some NFTs on some BSC protocols and projects like that, which just fetch me some passive income, not too much, but not too little at the end of the day. And they fetch me passive income. Like I just go there and I'm like, wow, even with the markets down and all that, but it's just nice to have them there fetching passive income. So if you mentioned about a burn, how the burning the NFTs works, but it was a little bit technical. So if you could please just give a little explanation on that. And also, would you have NFT staking? And you also mentioned that there's going to be some privileges for holders of the NFTs. I understand that out of the 250, 150 are already off, so there's just 100 left. So I really need to know how to leverage on the NFTs now to get in a good position. So I thought I would just raise my hand up here and ask.
Yeah, for sure. So with the token and NFT, we designed the token to be strictly utility. Like you get no rewards if you hold the token. With the NFT, you get rewards. So if you're going to buy and hold something, it's better to buy the tokens and swap it over for an NFT because then you're getting rewards. Rewards come from multiple places. They come from interest from the treasury. They come from platform revenue. So all the developer services we have, they get revenue share from that. It comes from token volume. It comes from bot profit. We have two liquidity pools, BNB pool and a XUSD stablecoin pool. And we maintain stability in those pools by running an arbitrage bot between them, just to make sure they stay at the same price. And any profits that thing makes, it just gets directed back to NFT holders in addition to our treasury. So from a NFT holding standpoint, it just brings in residual income. passive income from multiple services. We're also looking to some of these projects we're partnering with. There'll be different fee structures and things like that that get pushed back into our NFTs. So there's a lot of ways that you can add revenue towards the NFT. A lot we already have. Some we're currently, building out, and hopefully the goal is to just have the NFTs be like this residual income powerhouse, which then in turn will drive demand on the token side. But the thing is not. So you mentioned there's only 100 left. There will never be all NFTs owned. It would just not be possible because it's designed in a way where the token, you have to buy and burn the tokens to get an NFT. But if you go from NFT back over to token, it mints tokens, right? So what will happen is say you buy 200,000 tokens and you convert them to an NFT right now. And then, over time, more people go to the NFT and more people go to the NFT. But what they're doing is they're reducing supply on the token side, and every time they're buying it and reducing supply through the burn, it's raising price. So, like if 249 of the 250 NFTs were owned, that would mean that almost all the tokens would have been burned. So there would only be 200,000 tokens in supply. Relative to the total supply of 50 million. So it's not possible really it is possible for all NFTs to be owned, but it would get to a point where the token price would just be too high and people would sell, NFT holders would swap the tokens and sell because their NFT would be worth like 1,000 BNB. So it's very unlikely that all the NFTs would ever be owned because they're paired to the tokens 200,000 to 1. But how do you get in? Well, you can buy 200,000 tokens, go to our DApp over at DeFiSkeptic.com. Just click on Launch App at the top, and in there you'll click Skeptic Vault, and you can swap your tokens for an NFT. Reward you can claim on your own however often you want, and that's basically how it works.
Okay, so if I may understand, the NFTs are not going to be publicly, like if you burn the tokens and get the NFT, you can't list them on any marketplace.
Oh no, you can. We're live on Tofu and verified on Tofu NFT. So there's actually a couple there for sale right now. I believe some rare ones up there. To get an NFT right now, you would have to buy 200,000 tokens and swap to an NFT, but you also have to account for the tax. So you'd have to buy like 216,000 tokens to account for the 8% tax. So yeah, if you buy tokens through that, I don't know what that would cost BNB. But then you can also get them on Tofu NFT. So you can get NFTs currently just by swapping tokens for NFT through our DApp, or you can get them on TofuNFT.com. We just search for First Skeptics. So we'll pop up there as well.
All right, thank you.
Any NFTs you have, you can also list them for sale on Tofu NFT.
All right, thank you. I'm going to go do the maths between the Tofu NFTs and burning the tokens to get the NFTs to see which is best in a business sense. Just one more question. I understand that you guys are basically doing vetting and auditing, although you did mention it's not going to be like financial advice, though. So I just didn't get, is it going to be only for projects on Binance Smart Chain, or are you also working to provide the same services of vetting projects and all that? Are you also going to provide it on other blockchains, maybe Solana, AVAX, and the rest?
Yeah, we service all blockchains. So we're currently talking to a Crow project, a Solana project. Primarily, most have been BSC, but we're service all blockchains. No blockchain is blacklisted, as in we won't service it.
All right, thank you. That's all from me. So thank you.
Great, thank you.
Paladin table, yeah.
Yeah, so thank you, General, for asking. This is exactly what I'm looking for and why I am doing the rewards differently, because sometimes we are getting really just swamped by all of the questions that are repetitive, and I just don't want to have that. So there are no rewards for asking, only for the ones that cares. And this is how it should be, like with like past podcasts and everything. I've got a few another hands raising. So I think we will do two more questions. Any questions for other projects? Chris, I'm not sure if if there was Oliver or the Gordon from the P protocol. Of course, I think there would be, but since they are not here with us, I think it is fair to just let the people ask either to the T Hub or the DeFi Skeptics, right? And so, like, after these questions, we will do two more or one more. I will have the roundup with the Tayarra Hub updates, and we will end the call right here. So I can see the Lunar raising his hand for some time. So hello, Lunar. How are you doing? And I'll allow you to speak, so you can drop your question either for the T Hub or the DeFi Skeptics. Lunar, I might ping you since you are not. Okay, so let me pick another person who is raising the hand. I might be pronouncing the name like wrong, but Mike Cryptosig. Hello, can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Hello. Just drop your question and welcome.
Okay. I just wanted to ask, does the project have any kind of anti-inflation mechanism in place to stabilize the value and the rate of the token in place?
Mm-hmm. Right, Chris. So I guess that is something regarding to either burning or so.
Yeah. So like I was mentioning before, it naturally has a burn aspect when people swap over to NFT. From token to NFT, those tokens are burned. Also, for products and services, any money that the platform makes from our developer services, 10% goes to a buy and burn. So those tokens are just bought and burned. With a buy and burn on our token, it's unique, is like we're not just burning tokens. So when we buy and burn tokens, you're actually burning an NFT, because for every 200,000 tokens that gets burned, that's one NFT that can't be claimed from the vault. With NFT rewards, it's paid by how many you own as an individual versus how many are owned by everybody else. So the ones in the vault, they don't get rewards. So if there's only 100 NFTs owned and you own 10 of them, then you get 10% of all the rewards. So as we burn tokens, we're effectively burning NFTs as well. Because again, as we burn tokens, that means that less NFTs can be claimed from the vault. So currently we've burned tokens. There's roughly one NFT that's now stuck in the vault forever. So if all NFTs were bought by buying tokens and swapping into NFTs, you could only ever get 249 NFTs out of the vault. One is permanently stuck in there. So as we do more buy and burns, that number will go up, and there will ultimately be less and less NFTs available to the public. So yeah, and then another burn aspect is when we have funds coming in for our DS drops, and through the voting system, tokens will be burned from that as well. So
great. So was that okay for you, Mike?
Okay. That was okay. I wanted to ask again. Do you have kind of a voting system where, irrespective of the tokens the investors have, would they have the equal right to vote on the future of your project based on the token?
no, we are not a DAO. We don't have any voting structure.
Okay. Thank you very much for the explanation. I'm clear. Thank you.
Thank you as well. And right now we will move toward the last question, and this is from the Ozan before we will move to the Tayarra Hub updates, since I don't want to make this too long. Ozan, hello, how are you? You are allowed to speak. Feel free to drop your question.
Thank you for opportunity. So my question is, as I have known, the Skeptic NFT will be able to exchange direct to Skeptic token, right? So how do your team ensure to the fund or its own way enough if the owner NFT wanna exchange anytime? And where do the fund get from? With E and one more question. With E the NFT accept to swap or on up NFT can be stored. Then what will you do on up the up NFT? That is my question.
So are you asking what we'll do with the NFT for swapping back and forth between tokens? Sorry, I just didn't understand the full question. If it's a multi-part question, if you just ask each individual part, it sounded like a multiple questions in one.
I want to know about the Skeptic NFT will able to exchange direct to the Skeptic token.
Yeah, you can swap back and forth between token and NFT. You can swap back and forth anytime. There's no tax to do that either.
Chris, actually, I think he wrote it down before, so I will just tag you, Luke, on the main.
I write in the comment.
Yeah, all good, Ozan. Like I've already tagged. Like sometimes the language barrier is too much. We know, so I just tagged Chris and he'll answer afterward.
So with the NFTs, we don't have any. You're asking always enough if the owner's NFT want to exchange any. We don't have any team tokens. We have no team NFTs or anything like that. We actually don't take anything from the token or the NFT. The money that we make as a team comes from our services that we provide. Money that's put into the token stays in the token. It stays in the NFT. We don't have any dev tax or team tax or anything like that, and we have no token or NFT allocations for ourselves as well. Any tokens that we own, we buy with our own money, just like everybody else, and we take nothing from the tax. As far as how do we monetize from the business, it's strictly from developer services. So that's where we make our money. So that, I believe, answers that question. You can swap between token and NFT anytime you want, tax-free, right through our DApp. So if you have 200,000 tokens, you can swap for an NFT. If you have an NFT, you can swap back to 200,000 tokens, and you can do that as often, as frequently as you want. There's no restrictions. There's no tax. So feel free to do that as much as you want. Funds for the NFT come from the variable revenue sources I was outlining earlier. They're also listed in our white paper if you go to the NFT section. And then which is the NFT accepts to swap, or all NFTs. So all 250 can be swapped back and forth between tokens. And then what will you do with all the NFTs? All the NFTs are available for whoever wants to own them. We're not doing anything with them. So if you want to have a rewards NFT, grab you 200,000 tokens and swap over to an NFT.
Oh, awesome. Thank you, Tris.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you, Ozan, as well, for your question. Well, I think let's leave the questions right there, since we are talking for some time. And as I've promised, I will also talk something about the updates on the Tayarra Hub. So for the next week, we are pretty much doing the AMA tour. We will start on the Monday with the Grosso launch. On the Tuesday, we will have a Disco Crypto AMA. And on the Wednesday, we already booked the lens of the crypto calls. Already booked the next season for the Game of Tokens. So this should be hot for the Tayarra Hub. We will grow. I want to grow the community. And especially also on the Sunday, I will try to have another podcast done because like last time, it was amazing. The podcast was just successful. I love all of you who just interacted with us, who had opinions, who are just thinking about the whole crypto community and how we are watched by the public. Or we spoke with a lot of teams that need to be articulated, especially these times. So guys, be sure to keep your eyes on us for the next week, also for the Sunday especially, since to be honest, I want the podcast to be the main part of this community. We need to educate the community. We want to interact and try to do this with all of the partners, all of the different lounges that are around, Bright Minds. And this is why we started the Gentleman Society, because we want to talk with people, and this should be the key inside our community as well. So guys, thank you for listening to us today. I think it was great session already, episode 2 of the Paladins Roundtable. Once again, pardon us for not having the Grobat team today in here, but they are undergoing something very delicate and they need to resolve, so pardon them. And I will be trying to host Grobat for the next Paladins Roundtable. And by that, also the Oliver from the P protocol needed to go since he's on the meeting. So I was glad to be hosting him there. And especially Chris, thank you for coming here to the Paladins Roundtable, sharing your updates on the DeFi Skeptics and talking with the community. It was great. I hope you enjoyed as well, Chris. And this is all from me. And this is your last words to say goodbye to the community, and we will end the talk right there.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you for having us, and thanks everyone for tuning in. You can find more information if you want to hit up our Telegram at DeFi Skeptic.
So guys, once again, thank you. Have a great rest of the first day, and remember, the podcast gonna happen on the Sunday. I need to think about a theme once again, because the last time we had amazing theme and everyone was just blasted of the theme and everyone was talking about. We will try to have something interactive again. So thank you for listening. Have a great rest of the day, and thank you for joining us, listening, tuning in, and this was a great session. Goodbye, guys. Have a great rest of the first day, and see you next time. Goodbye, guys. Have a great rest of the first day, and see you next time.